lot of times you're going to say, oh, well, I can't wake up in the morning, or it hurts, Nate. I'm tired. I know you're tired. I know you're heartbroken. I know you're struggling. I know what you're feeling, but you got to keep getting up. If you're watching this video, then you're successfully failing. And that's okay, because failure is a part of life. Now, a lot of times we think failure is a negative thing. It's bad. It's not going to get you where we need to go. But I challenge your mentality and challenge your thought process of thinking that failure is what's going to launch you into success. You don't see all of these multimillionaires, all these successful entrepreneurs and think, oh man, they didn't fail once in their life. No one who is successful today didn't get there by not failing. If everyone was successful and never failed, they would never learn anything. And so failure is a key part of success. So failure is a part of life. But what happens is sometimes we allow failure to stop us in our tracks, to kind of confuse us and keep us from moving forward. But you have to learn from those failures. Proverbs 24:16 says, for a righteous man may fall 7 times and rise again, but the wicked shall fall by calamity. So a righteous man falls 7 times. What that tells me is the righteous man is consistently getting up. The righteous man is consistently getting up. Every time he gets knocked down, he's getting back up. It's funny, my Uncle Vincent sent out a little devotional this past week, and it talked about how we're supposed to leave our footprints in the sand, not our butt prints. We're supposed to keep getting up and keep moving forward. When people look at the path that we're on, yeah, they'll see some butt prints here and there, but they're not staying there. We're moving forward. We leave a path of footprints rather than staying in the sand and creating one big butt print. And I think that's key is the getting up. It's not easy for you to get up, especially after failure. You may think in your head a bunch of negative thoughts. Oh, I'm not good enough. Oh, I didn't do this the best that I could, and I'm struggling here a little bit, but you have to learn by getting knocked down. And in my previous videos, you guys know I'm a gamer, and so it goes back to fighting bosses in life. You get defeated, you get knocked down, you have to re-equip yourself. You have to reevaluate the situation. What is it that's making you fail? What is it that's constantly knocking you down on your butt? And then you're getting back up to fight it again. But you have to re-evaluate the situation. You have to reevaluate what you're doing. How are you equipping yourself? Are you praying? Are you reading your Bible? Are you learning? Are you developing your skills? So in what cases are you actually failing? And in what cases are you getting back up and improving to move forward? Because again, a lot of times failure kicks us down on our butt and we just stay there. We think, oh, I'm not good enough. Oh, you know what? I'm not a great person. I don't have the skill set for that. I can't keep moving forward because I suck. I'm done. All the self-doubt, all the talking down on yourself, like why? Why is it that you go there immediately rather than choosing joy? It's tough to choose joy in the situations that we're handed. A lot of times people say, "Oh, I didn't ask for this. I didn't want this to happen. How do I choose joy in a situation that I have no control over?" And I'd say you just got to take a step back. For example, somebody cuts you off in traffic. 90% of the time, our immediate response is to yell at them. Man, why are you doing this? What are they doing? Or you honk your horn. What happens if you just pray for them? You know what, God, wherever they're going, protect them. I pray protection over them because they may be in an emergency, they may be in a rush, something may be going on that I don't know about. And so it goes back to even within your ministry. We're so quick to think negative about some of the things that go on in ministry. Great, I got to go to practice. Great, I got to show up to church. Great, I got to do X, Y, and Z. Then you shouldn't be serving. It is a privilege to make that difference. And I'd say in ministry, is where you're going to succeed the most, because that's where you're going to fail the most. That's where you're going to learn how to keep pushing forward. It's where you're going to learn how to look at the positive and choose joy in all of the negative that can happen in this world. Being in ministry is the one thing that's going to launch you forward. In ministry, you'll fail time and time again. And in ministry is where you'll learn to choose joy. You'll learn to develop that thick skin to get back up. That's where you're going to learn what failure is like the most. That's where you're going to learn about the most upsets. You're going to figure out who you really are and how failure is going to launch you forward. Now, again, the only way failure is going to launch you forward is if you keep moving. Failure has a tendency to kick us while we're down, to keep us immobile, and to just bruise and hurt us in such a way that we get scared. We get a little frightened to take another step because of failure again. And failure looks like many things. Could be rejection. Could be you can't get those notes or those chords. You can't play this. You can't hit that higher note. There's a lot of things within ministry. For me, myself, it's, hey, I got a roadmap I got to do. I got to plan things out for the creative team. Failure is showing up on a Sunday not prepared. And if you're looking at what does it mean to be prepared, I got a video on that too. And it's all about being prepared, not only just in ministry, but in life. And so there's a lot of things that you can do as the individual, as you can do as the dream team member or the member of your ministry, to make sure that failure doesn't keep you down, to make sure that you're consistently taking that step, getting back up and moving forward. But it's not going to be easy. Pushing forward is going to hurt, and it's going to take sacrifice. We'll talk about that at the next location. Success is not born out of comfort. It's actually born out of the discomfort that you have. It's born out of the pain that you might feel, the hurts, the failures. Success is born out of getting back up and being consistent in the things that you do. When it comes to ministry, when it comes to life, you have to be consistent. You have to continuously get up. You have to want to do it. If not you, then who? And if not now, then when? You know, we always say, oh, I'll do it later, I'll do it tomorrow. I've done that many times. And yet, what got you to where you're at today isn't going to get you to where you want to go. And once you find out what's working, then you'll understand, okay, that's working, let me implement this. Let me start doing this more. Builds consistency, building a habit. And a lot of times you're going to say, oh, well, I can't wake up in the morning, or it hurts, Nate. I'm tired. I know you're tired. I know you're heartbroken. I know you're struggling. I know what you're feeling, but you got to keep getting up. You got to keep pushing forward, because if you don't, no one else is going to be there for you. No one else is going to do it for you.